The first hole is a par 4 dogleg right, requiring an accurate drive to a narrow landing area between two fairway bunkers. Your shot into the green is protected by a bunker and grassy slopes that will test your accuracy. The green is split into 3 levels, providing many challenging pin positions and an introduction to the golf in front of you at Emerald Lakes. The second hole is a short par 5 with OB on the left. Fairway bunkers will test your confidence and distance off the tee. It is generously open from here to the green. The shot into the green is guarded by a dominant bunker at the front and grassy slopes around most of the green. Good placement on this hole can set you up for a good chance of a birdie. The third is a long par 3 with a lake down the left and 2 green side bunkers that will challenge most golfers. The green is tiered, and although fairly open at the front, the back pin position will require one of the toughest shots in golf. Par is a good score on this hole. An accurate drive is required for the fourth hole, which is a tight par 5 with water along the right and trees along the left. The decision from here will be either to lay up to a wide landing zone shot of the lake or take on the lake and bunkers which guard this challenging 3-tier green. Water is the dominant feature on this hole. Play it safe if you want the best chance to make par. The fifth is a short par 3 with a narrow creek running across the front of an undulating green. Bunkers are located front left and one behind the green. Wayward tee shots will see you faced with a challenging chip and putt for par. The sixth is another narrow and long par 5. Off the tee, water guards the right side of the hole with bunkers and OB down the left. Once in play, the second shot is equally challenging, with large lakes and a creek framing both sides into the green. If you negotiate the first 2 shots safely, you'll have a short iron into a deep, undulating green protected by bunkers, front and left, with grassy hollows and water close on the right. The seventh hole is a good, strong par 4. A fairway bunker and water up to the right will force you to play down the left side. It is important to be on the fairway for the best approach shot to a raised green flagged with bunkers on the left and to the front of the green. The green gently slopes from front to back, so landing the ball in the right spot on this green will help you score well. The eighth is a short par 3 and an accurate tee shot is required. With deep bunkers at the front and rear of the elevated green, a stray shot will see you faced with a tough recovery up a steep embankment to some tight pin positions. The ninth is a birdie hole. A short par 4 with trees and OB along the left. A 2-tier green is surrounded by bunkers at the front and on both the left and right sides. Play this one down the right-hand side for best approach into the green. The 10th hole is a strategic par 4 that can play difficult should you miss the fairway. Lined with trees and a fairway bunker on the right side, your drive should be placed accordingly. The green approach is intimidating, with 2 bunkers guarding the front, creating a narrow entrance to an undulating green. With a water hazard to the rear, you need to be accurate with your approach. This hole may be short, but can leave you disappointed if you get into trouble. The 11th hole is a narrow, straight par 4. A waterway runs adjacent to the hole down the right-hand side. Bunkers at the front and right of the green guard the difficult 3-tiered surface, which can provide some testing 2 putts. Being straight is the key to a par on this hole. Hole 12 is a par 5 with a dramatic dogleg that requires an accurate tee shot if you want to reach this green in regulation. Thick trees line both sides of the hole off the tee. With a good tee shot, the second shot requires you to carry a creek to a generous fairway that reveals a challenging green. Par is a very good result on this hole. The 13th requires a short to mid-iron off the tee. Water on the right and 2 bunkers to the front and back of the green. The green is divided by a strong ridge and sits up in the back left corner to create some very challenging pin positions. A good par 3 that will test your accuracy. As one of our signature holes, this par 5 is long and challenging, but can be very rewarding if played right. Your tee shot will be tested by the large lake on the left, which stretches the entire length of the hole. The right side is fenced by dense trees that come into play when trying to avoid the water. A tough green that slopes away from the 2 deep bunkers makes this hole one of the most scenic and challenging holes to play. The 15th is a straight par 4 with OB on the left and trees along the right. One of the widest fairways on the course once you have passed some of the largest trees that reach out for any balls that are left. The only bunker on this hole sits at the front left of the green and protects the toughest pin positions on this green. A tough par 4 that will test your accuracy. The 16th hole is the toughest on the card. A long par 4 with trees along the left and a large fairway bunker on the right. You will have a mid to long iron left into a narrow undulating green guarded by a bunker to the right and grassy hollows to the left. With the green sloping away from the right-hand bunker, be accurate with your approach into this green. The 17th is our longest par 3 and challenges a strong finish from any golfer. This hole requires a long iron or wood to reach the undulating green that is supported by 2 bunkers on the right side and grassy slopes on the left. The 17th is certainly the hardest par 3 at Emerald Lakes, and achieving par on this hole will be a job well done. Heading home with the clubhouse in the distance, the 18th is a challenging par 4. Water is introduced off the tee, and a fairway bunker on the right side will come into play should you like the best angle into the green. The green is well protected by running water and sand bunkers that will challenge all golfing abilities. A tough finishing hole that will make you earn your cold drink back in our clubhouse after your game.